Yeah, I feel like the last 2 days just working on social media videos.
You've done really good. That's a quick turnaround.
Those are cool though, right?
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And it gets people to know who we are. And,
yeah,
there's always that TikTok where it's like, who's your house? And what is that? What's that song, Cass? What's in that room? Like people are like, being snoopy, trying to see like what your house looks like because you're like remote. We don't really know anything personal really about each other.
It's a little behind the scenes. Yeah.
I want to do one of those. One of the videos I have on our like calendar for May is like the disappearing head. Like, when people blur their background and like their head just like constantly disappears or like major chunks of it. And I'm like, please just turn that off.
Oh, cheers. Your coffee.
Mm-hmm. Cheers. It is very bitter. Whew, so bitter. I tried to do an Americano, but I didn't have time to heat the water. So it's just like espresso and cold water. It's not great.
I mean, it'll do the job.
It'll do the job.
You should ice it.
Yeah, I should. I don't have ice. I should do that. Okay, Eclipse. So Colin was super into it.
Yeah, super into it. And it was really cool was his science teacher was like really into it as well. So at school, they taught him how to do a little circle on a piece of paper and then you hold it up and then the reflection should be where the eclipse is in the shadow. And it was really cool. I was excited to talk to him about it. Whatever.
That's so cool. Yeah. Brandon from Winding River sent me like a photo of what he saw. He saw totality or whatever. I didn't know what he was talking about. And apparently that's a thing.
Oh, I just talked to Angela. She said it was one of the most spectacular things she's ever seen. Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Wow.
It's unbelievable. She said it got completely dark.
I saw her video. I didn't know, I've just been living under a rock. I don't think it really was the same here. I mean, it was just cloud cover the whole day.
Do you have the sun in Canada?
Yeah, right.
You have the same sun?
She doesn't even have Target. Of course she doesn't have the sun.
I know. Some months it's so smoky here from wildfires. We don't see the sunlight for weeks straight. So it's apocalyptic.
Yeah, she was living like that for a while. Yeah, no, it just it did get really dark here. It looked like the sun was going down for the day kind of thing. But I was just sitting here the whole day. So I just sat here and was like, why is it? And then all of a sudden I was like, why is it so dark outside? And I was like, oh, the eclipse.
I was like, I'll see everyone's social posts. It'll be the same.
Exactly. Yeah. Just catch up with it on TikTok tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this phenomenal cosmic event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my friend who homeschools sent me a picture of her kids watching it and all this stuff. And I was like, I should make a bigger deal out of stuff like this. But I because it's not going to happen again in 20 years. And then I'm also, but then the bigger part of me is who cares?
It's a learning moment, Joy.
About what? About I already know the moon exists.
About space. So
I do like
fun memory. When we were homeschooled, Dad took us to go see a rocket launch at Cape Canaveral.
Yes.
And we literally got there at 3 a.m. And I'll never forget, you could just smell the gasoline and you could see the crocodiles in the lake or whatever. Yeah. And I'm never going to forget that ever. Right, Joy?
That was actually incredibly magical. So yeah, we were you can park at Cape Canaveral. So it's in Florida where NASA is and where they launch rockets from. Right. And you can park on the other side of the estuary or whatever the waterway is there and watch the rockets take off. And so, yeah, we did that. It took off. I mean, it was deafening, but it lit the sky up like it was the middle of the day.
Wow.
It was pitch black. And then it was so much fire, I don't know, fuel, whatever. It was pretty epic.
It was a core memory for sure.
Yeah. And it lit up, you're right, so much that you could look out across the lake and see all the alligators and stuff inside the lake. It was crazy. Yeah, that was pretty cool. There was a NASA replica at Legoland this weekend. They had the whole thing, and then every 10 minutes or something, it took off, and there was smoke coming out the bottom of the little rocket and stuff. It was cute.
Did they have some of the Lego figures where their eyes move? It's animatronic, but their eyes are computers? And then their mouths, they can talk?
No.
They had that at the Dallas airport? Yeah, there was a Lego store at the Dallas airport, and it had a moving mouth and eyes, and it would talk to you all about fun facts about Dallas.
That's unnecessary.
Was there a station where you could make your own personalized Lego figure?
You can make Legos, and then you could get Legos engraved. We didn't do that because I was like, why am I paying $40 for a piece of plastic?
Just a mini little.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And Marigold wanted to get keychains for all of her friends. So we compromised and said, you can get keychains for all your friends. So yeah, she did that. She got Colin and Christian Faith, like the little ones with their names on them. Yeah. I don't know if they'll like them, but she wanted to get them. So I was like, of course, we'll let you do that.
That's cute.
I need to put those in the mail to you. Yeah. Okay. So the eclipse happened. I feel generally that like social media was oversaturated. The funniest one was the tip one.
Yeah.
That you put up. Did you put that on Instagram or somewhere? I can't remember where you put it, but that was legit funny. Like, hold on, wait. It was like, this is getting out of control. And it was like,
it started with people's dogs when it went over as the center, and then it was the tip option. Yeah.
Hold on, I have to find it. Yeah. Can I share my screen? I think. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I do feel that way. Like, stop hosing me down for tips. And I will give tips to people who help me. But yeah, so I don't feel like any of the kind of social media stuff for the eclipse. Like, I think it's short-lived and I think it's over. So unless you had already planned it, it's not going to be anything. So what's going on social media? What we know, don't post at 6 a.m. Did you see that this morning? I got like 4 views.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah.
Swing and a miss.
You got caught in a weird spot for sure.
It's just such like a sweet spot between like 8 and 10, I feel like is always our best time. Yeah, it had 4 views. The cookie one. So that's not yeah, that's a nothing burger.
Last
one is doing okay.
In Pop, last episode of Curb this past weekend. Mark and I, my husband and I we were talking about it this morning. We're like, we can't believe it's over.
Cass has no idea what you're talking about.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I named my cat after Larry David. He's over there biting a cord. But yeah. Larry David, LD.
That was one of the best shows of all time.
And Richard Lewis was in the very last episode.
But I was going to ask you if he was. He was
in every episode. Richard Lewis just passed, and like, yeah, so crazy. I mean, and then at the end, I told you he went on trial, and like every main character from the entire, I think there's 12 seasons, came on, and
it's amazing.
Said something, did something. It was just.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know other pop culture things coming. So we've got May, Mother's Day is coming up. That's probably the next big holiday that's going to be a big thing. And everyone's doing those opt out of Mother's Day emails. Do you want to opt out of getting Mother's Day emails? I'm like, that's such a weird like thing to force somebody to decide.
Mark's like, every day's Mother's Day. I don't understand why you celebrate one day for you. I'm like, you know what? Go buy me the neon yellow Yeti cup that I want and have the kids write me a note. And that's all I care about. Like that.
Well, Chris told me this morning that he was going to have get Gus dressed up and go take his pictures, like fancy pictures for me.
Aww.
That's adorable.
My baby. So yeah, Mother's Day. That's pretty much it. I mean, we're kind of in like a weird holiday slump now, but it really, honestly, most of it's the getting ready for summer. So we're going to try to transition. We've got to think of summer, kind of the June to August slump for all our clients and figure out like what we're doing. So we've got that call tomorrow with Taylor for the Credible broadcast. We're going to do the summer. I think that's a really good idea. The summer. Yeah. With Fitz. I love it.
I told Mark about it and he's like, that's a really good idea. I said, I know.
You're like, thanks. It was my idea.
It's my idea.
Here, I'll show it to you, Cass. I think it'll be really fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to have like a bunch of guests come back on the broadcast who have been on it before. So, like most podcasts like take a hiatus, but we want to keep going, but pre-record. So we're going to pre-record like interviews with people who have been on it before, but do it more like in a fireside chat. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, my thought is like, we pretty much need to plan on every single client front loading for all of July and August because they're all going to be traveling and all that. And it's one of those things where the temptation is like, well, people aren't in the office, people are on vacation, post less. I think we should post more.
Yeah.
I think we should post every day. Like,
and that graphic is so good. It makes me just feel happy.
I know.
Yeah.
Those were our client gifts last year, 2 years ago. We did the mugs with everybody's avatar on them that I got done by that artist. And then Faith met all these great artists at PalmCon. We're stoked about Comic Cons. This is going to be like a game changer, guys.
I totally forgot. So I met Peter Raimondo, who's like the lead animator for Disney for years. He was the one that did Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, Emperor's New Groove. And I totally forgot my like really good friend. Her son is obsessed with Stitch. I totally forgot. And he actually like on site would like draw you Stitch or something and sign it for you. And I totally forgot. He would have loved that. But
that's so
such
cool,
an inspiration. I was like I felt like so honored to meet him. He's such a nice guy too. But there was a lot of like really cool up and coming artists there that write and, you know, draw their own comic books. And so I was telling Joy it'd be fun to get, you know, everyone get like a custom comic book, like our clients for Christmas or something, or the holiday season. And yeah, I'm really excited. There's so much amazing talent at these things, and they aren't recognized like they should be. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And I just love the idea of going like very tactile, very in person, very, you know, kind of in response to all this like AI garbage. Like, let's elevate the real artists, you know, who are out there doing what they're doing. So yeah, I love it. And I think that they're going to be at all these events. So we'll go to the New York Comic Con, we'll go to San Diego next year. Like, let's just hit it up. I think it's going to be a great way to get inspired. All right, Faith, are you going to join the creative writing workshop?
I can if you want. I don't. I'm not I'm the talent. I don't know about writing.
I think you could do it. You don't have to actually physically write anything. It's all on a screen. You could like voice to text or something. Oh, C-Dub apparently is listening in. He said Minneapolis. Is there a Comic-Con in Minneapolis, C-Dub? So we're going to the whole team is going to go to the one in New York. I'm going to fly everybody there, and we're going to do our company retreat in New York, and I'll go to Comic-Con because I think that's dope.
Wait, C-Dub is listening in right now?
He said, yes, there is one in Minneapolis.
Cass, so Joy went to college with C-Dub. I've known C-Dub since I was like 13, like 14, like 13 or 14. It's so random how like Joy has friends with people and they stay friends forever, you know, like it's so random. Like in your dorm at Moody Bible, like remember getting donuts and getting sick because we'd eat so many, and then we'd go walk around Chicago, like we like owned the place. And we're like 15 and 16 years old. I
like Chicago. Chicago's a good city.
Oh, Chicago's
it's too windy. The other day, where were we? We were in like Philly or something, and Marigold was like, what happens to little people when it's so windy? Do they just fly away? And I was like, funny you say that. I said, because Chicago, she keeps me around for LOLs. Yeah. Chicago had like when they would do the weather report, it would be like small people warnings. And if you were like 100 pounds or less, you weren't supposed to go outside because the wind is so extreme. Wow. And it would be like dangerous.
Remember your friend, was it Bethany? Remember?
Bethany, she was like literally like 90 pounds. We would be like, you can't go outside today.
It's like your children. Just like,
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't called small people warnings.
It's like that scene at the end of Mary Poppins. Remember where everyone just like blows away? Like
that's not at the end. That's at the beginning when they're interviewing.
At the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, and then they all fly away except for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And except for the dog. Yeah. It's like the position's been filled. Cass doesn't know. We need to get Cass just a list of all the.
I know. Give me a list of films to watch.
Yeah, we do. We need to do that. You need to.
I don't even think I've seen Mary Poppins. Actually last night I watched Roadhouse last night, but the new one.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I haven't seen the old one though. But
I don't know what that means.
It was really good.
What is it?
There was a lot of fighting though, but.
Wait, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. So you remember Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze? He was in the first one, and he basically just gets hired to go and like manage a bar because there's like so many fights, and it's just like a classic, like was it 80s? Yeah. I'm probably getting all of this wrong. And if there's anyone who's a movie buff on here and butchering it, but it's the same thing, but it's like a bar down in the Keys. And he just basically manages it and like breaks up fights. And then there's like,
there was that one, he's not a wrestler, boxer, fighter. I don't know.
C-Dub said we did a double feature, a remake no one asked for.
Yeah.
All right, next time we go live, we'll just have C-Dub come on with us.
Yeah, please, because I feel like I'm gonna. And the fighter's so famous. What's his name? You need to Google this. Right
he has like red hair. I don't know his nationality either, but I had to.
He's Irish. I think he's Irish. Oh God, we're gonna get in trouble.
I don't understand fighting. I don't understand
misinformation here. Hold on.
I don't understand the importance. I don't get it.
I'm also a terrible person to watch a movie with.
Oh, Conor McGregor. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Super famous. Like, oh my gosh, we probably got it really wrong.
I've never heard of that in my life. So whatever.
Your husband has probably watched it. It is like a classic. Like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's not a musical. Really
you watch Roadhouse and I'll watch a musical.
I would much rather watch a musical. Yeah. Sing in the Rain. I'll do any Fred Astaire. Yeah.
Yeah, the original Roadhouse was 1989. Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Yeah, classic Swayze.
I also didn't realize that he was dead.
Like, and he dances like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Patrick Swayze, that's hilarious. All right, no, I'm not into UFC. I don't even know what that stands for. Is that a college? What is that?
I just don't talk about it.
I think it's ultimate fighting.
Okay.
We're losing business by the second. Why would you say it?
We're losing credibility by the moment.
Is that a college? You mean UCF? I mean, like University of US.
Whatever. Okay, everything's in good shape. Lauren is gonna support Dr. D. We've got, I think all the socials everything is like really up to date. So I mean, I think we're all in good shape. It's just a matter of now like doing the brainstorm and the strategy for summer for everybody and making sure we have good plans for what people are gonna do and how we're gonna fill the calendars and stuff. I'm working on learning how to do stop motion. Chris is highly skeptical. To be fair, he should be. But I have this like vision of doing like this stop motion video with all these like waiting gestures as like teaser videos for, well, you guys know what's coming, but nobody else does. Yeah. And stuff. So we'll see. But apparently you have to take all the pictures, and that's all stop motion is like thousands of pictures stuffed into like a 2-second video. So Chris is like, you're never going to do this. But I think it would be cool.
Colin did that with one of his Lego figures.
Did he?
Made it like walk and get into a car, and then it got out of the car, and then it got into a jet plane, and then he flew. It took him hours.
Yeah. Well, and Bruce, okay, Bruce Dittman, he was showing me like he has like an Instagram. He was supposed to send me the thing. He made these like insanely cool stop motion videos with like actual clay. It's like claymation, like Fantastic Mr. Fox or whatever. Like, and it's or like Wallace and Gromit. And yeah, they look so cool. And I was like, how long did those take? He's like, you have no idea. He's like, days. They took days. I was like, I don't have days. Like, could it work in like an hour? So I'm like, if they're short enough, I mean, surely they'll work. So anyway, I just want to get into like some different video styles, like, especially with the new thing we're working on, but then also with clients and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll work on all that.
I've officially turned into an old lady. I started crocheting, and I'm like, this is a form I want to use just because I want to be doing something. Like even if I'm just like watching TV or whatever. So I started doing that, and I looked down, and my new kitten is laying on me, and I'm crocheting, and I'm like watching like an older movie. I'm like, I'm officially like, good thing I'm married now. Like, I could not be a prize.
Nobody's picking up what we're laying down.
You're living your best life. That's
great. Like, beauty of age is you don't care anymore what people think. Yeah. Someone else has joined. Oh, I don't know what C-Dub's talking about. C-Dub is like keeps count on my YouTube channel. He'll be like, well, this video performed really well. And I'm like, what? How do you know? I know. I had somebody at church once come up and tell me that she's like, you have a video on YouTube that has over 40,000 views. And I was like, what? What? How do you know? What?
Oh, I had a random mom at school once come up to me and be like, oh yeah, I follow you on TikTok. I'm like, okay.
That's real? What?
Yeah.
You made it, Faith. That's when you know you made it.
Like I told you guys, I was at Digital Deep Dive and people were like, oh, your TikToks are so funny. I was like, it feels just weird to encounter somebody in real life who sees us do crap like that.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, yeah. Busy week, good week, productive week. Monday was strong. Today was busy. And I'm excited. Good things happening this week for me, for us.
Sounds good. Talk soon.